Hello everyone, how are we doing today? Welcome to the channel. This is Toby. Thank you so much for joining me here. I appreciate your time, your energy, and your support. So today we're going to do a reading for the collective. All right, collective, let's start with the Starseed Oracle here. We have entered into Mercury has gone retrograde in Gemini as of yesterday, if I can get my fingers to work. That will last until June 3rd, and then we'll have about 10 days of shadow after that, 7 to 10 days. So it is a longer retrograde period. And as Gemini is one of the signs that Mercury rules, along with Virgo, it speaks of communication and of course, communication through verbal means, but also technology, the internet, that type of thing. It is also, when Mercury goes retrograde, is also a time for reviewing, reflecting, revisiting, remembering, rescheduling, reconsidering, pretty much all of the words, reevaluating, reviewing, but going back, and especially if you have any projects that were started recently, going back and reviewing those and adjusting as needed. So although Mercury retrograde gets a bit of a bad rap, it really is a beneficial time when we take advantage of the energy rather than resisting it and seeing it as utilizing the pauses that we're given. So when there is a breakdown with technology, or there is a breakdown in communication, reviewing what was said, what was stated, what was communicated, and reviewing that to look for where the breakdown may have occurred, where the miscommunication may have occurred, where there was that disconnect, and then correcting it to be able to move forward more clearly. If there is a need to reschedule something, then taking advantage of that time in the way that is best for you, rather than seeing it as strictly a negative occurrence or a complication or something that is a struggle. Okay, so we have your life is a canvas, artist manifestation, creative accountability, and trust the timing. Trust the wave you come in on. Time is not running out. So again, it falls in line with what I was just speaking about, trusting the timing. When, let's say that plans that you have made do not, they fall apart for whatever reason, trust the timing of the universe. That has occurred for a reason. And how can you then utilize this block of time you've been given for your highest good? And it feels like the universe is directing you to create in that time frame, utilizing it for manifesting the life or the experiences that you want in your life. And having accountability in how you prioritize your time, understanding that we are each artists of our own life. We are each creating our own life moment to moment, and being accountable for that. And so really reflecting upon the energy you're bringing into any moment, any situation, any encounter, and doing your best to do that with intention rather than reaction. So we have trust the timing, Really beautiful card. The imagery in this deck is gorgeous. And then we have Your Life is a Canvas. Okay. I'm feeling like going straight to the tarot, so that's what we're going to do. Spirit is guiding me that way. We are going to go to, I can't remember the name of this deck. Let's see. Thankfully the box is nearby. It is the Spirit Song Tarot. Really feeling its earthy nature inspired energies, and it has a similar pastel palette to the Starseed Oracle as well. So these shades maybe we need some calming and some peaceful vision in our life, or looking upon these peaceful, calming colors will help bring that energy into our days as we are potentially encountering these unexpected changes, last-minute occurrences that happen with Mercury retrograde. And then again with, we also have the full moon in Scorpio coming up on Saturday. So this could certainly, Scorpio is a sign of death, rebirth, transformation. So, and certainly with eclipses and full moons, things come to light. So there could absolutely be some transformative revelations that come about this weekend. That's around the 15th and 16th, depending upon where you live. So really getting into this centered place of peace. And utilizing your time, recognizing the divine timing of the universe, doing our best to not resist that, but also creating a space of peace within these moments that we've been gifted from the universe. And also remembering that we don't have to fill every moment with what is considered productivity. And this is something I remind myself of. It is important for us to just be, to take some time to just be. To really just smell the roses. And if things aren't smelling so good in your life at this point, then utilizing that time to process the things that are going on, the things that are hard, that may be painful or challenging. But giving yourself the space that you need to be able to process those things so that you can come to a space of peace and gratitude for what is. And that brings us back to trusting the timing. Okay, we have two cards out here. Have the Five of Acorns. Looks like these are, and we have the Queen of Shells. So we have Queen of Shells is I'm sorry, is also the Queen of Cups. Sorry, would be I lost my words there for a moment. See, Mercury retrograde. No, the Queen of Shells is also known as the Queen of Cups. It's just represented as shells in this deck. And we have Five of Acorns, which would be the Five of Pentacles. So fives are change, and the Five of Acorns or the Five of Pentacles would be indicative of potentially a challenge and growth. And then the Queen of Cups is about compassion and flowing with your emotions, with grace, kindness towards yourself and others. This image on the Five of Acorns is really, okay, we need to switch decks. All right, that was it for this deck. Okay, so this this image, there's a lot of fight in this. See how the cat is roaring. And the Five of Pentacles is sometimes represented as like feeling left out in the cold. So, or, yeah. But it requires us to turn and look at what is available to us. So again, it goes back to this giving yourself the space to process things, growing through the challenges, trusting in the divine timing of the universe. And really finding this heart-centered place of peace and compassion for others. And right now I feel like it's going to be especially important to be able to give that to yourself. I mean, that's important every day. It is. But as this can be a time of personal, internal transformation as well as external, but really growing into ourselves, it's really important to, one, give your emotions the space they need to flow through you so that you can process those, and then so you can move through them as well. Allow them to flow on through, rather than staying in that energy of challenge, and then holding on to those emotions so that they become embedded in our cells. Okay. I'm kind of feeling all over the place here. Almost feels like the energy of the collective is not knowing which way to turn. So let's get some guidance from the Angels and Ancestors deck. And maybe we will have some spirit guides, ancestors, or angels that will offer support during this time as to direction on which way to turn. Yeah, I definitely feel this lack of direction energy around this time frame. Okay, 2. Okay, we have the Great Teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. And we have the Sun, enjoy success and happiness. And I'm pausing because I'm looking for a little bit. You know, and I want to be able to give you guys a little bit more definitive guidance on this, but I think this is the guidance. I was looking for a little bit more, and maybe that's the feeling that is happening out in the collective, looking for a little bit more and looking for answers, but understanding then that actually the problem is the solution. Okay, in that those experiences, those challenges that lead you to growth, the lessons that come from those, that is the answer. Those are your greatest teachers. And enjoying the success and the happiness that is in your life. And if you're not feeling able to access that at this time, then trusting in the divine timing and knowing that it is coming. Trust that it is coming to you. Okay. I'm going to do, this is not normally the way I do spreads, but I'm going on the guidance I'm being given. So we're going to do another oracle card or two, as I really feel that's the way I'm being guided. So guess that's all that I need to say about that. All right, this is the Sacred Forest Oracle. Yeah, there's a message here for sure. I feel like and notice how I've been drawn very much so to these decks that are related to nature. So I feel like really doing your best to get yourself out in nature at this time is going to be helpful for you in really finding this peace and finding this space to process the things that are going on, and maybe the things that have been revealed or exposed. And, you know, whether that's in the 3D and our everyday physical reality, or whether those are messages from your guides or spirit or God that you're receiving personally and privately, equally, all of these things could require some time for you to process, to take in, to reflect upon. And, you know, we are, again, there's that reword, or another reword. Okay. We have Foggy Bog, Patience. This came up in one of the readings for the eclipses. We have Bee Spirit, Prosperity, and we have the Ancient Oak Spirit, Strength. Yeah, this goes back to the divine timing of it all, right? Being strong, understanding that your spirit is like this ancient oak. Trusting in the strength within you to withstand all the things that are brought to your path. This is number 2. Oh, and I feel someone's anxiety, you guys. I know it's a difficult time. It's challenging. We have 5, again, the number 5 for change, Bee Spirit, and Prosperity. But the bee, for one, this bee is being guided by this fairy. I'm protected by the fairy, but the bee is a constant worker, right? I mean, they're constantly moving. At least maybe that's my perception, but that's the energy I'm getting of constant movement, working very hard, working towards prosperity. And action is absolutely important, but when you're not seeing the rewards right away, it can be I can't think of the word, but it can bring some doubt into your mind and your heart around your efforts and around the outcome of the efforts. But trusting in the timing of it is crucial. Having patience, even though you can't see where you're headed, having patience that you're being guided by spirit and that you are going in the right direction, or trusting in that. I'm following that light. It's not so clear, but that is the sun. That's your happiness. So understanding that is out on the horizon, and there will be a clearing, but we need to have patience during this time. And this is the number, this is 13? This is 13, which is the number of the card of Scorpio in the traditional tarot. It is the card of death, transformation, and rebirth. So giving yourself patience, peace and compassion during this time with your Queen of Shells. Trusting in the strength, the roots that you have built, and that you will be supported by Mother Earth and nature. Getting out into nature is going to be critical at this time, you guys. Really, it will be so helpful for you to connect into the earth, connect into the trees, connect into the bees, into the birds, into the water, into the rocks. It will help bring you to this place of peace so that you can then see and hear and understand and integrate the lessons of the great teacher. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, y'all. I hope you found this message meaningful and helpful. And please let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you feel comfortable sharing. Please also be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you're notified when I post additional videos. And thank you again for your time and your energy, and wishing you guys all the best. See you soon.